Well, hi there friends. Thank you for coming to my channel, Cat's Paw Canteen. I'm Kenny, and today we're gonna be making some chili. It's not just any old chili. Today I'm preparing for a chili cook-off. Now, I love cooking, I love food, but I've never gone to a food contest before, a food competition, mind you. So come follow me into the kitchen. I'm gonna show you the ingredients and how to prepare my pork belly chili. Alrighty, let's go over the ingredients I'll be using here today. First off, I'm using some pork bellies. I've already gone through the trouble of trimming the skin off and some of the fat. A lot of the pieces were very fatty. I don't want to overwhelm my chili with pig grease, so trimmed it a bit, and I'm using about 2 pounds worth. And right here I have some 93% lean beef as well. I want some meatiness to go with the good juicy fat from the pork. And of course some of the veggies that I'll be putting in. I have some green and red bell peppers, whole onion that's been chopped up, about 3 cloves of garlic here that's been chopped up as well. I am putting beans in my chili. I know there's a big thing on YouTube and other social media. Do you put beans in your chili or not? I know in Texas that they don't, but today I'm putting in some black beans and some dark red kidney beans. Got here some diced tomatoes with roasted garlic and onions, some tomato paste, got some beef stock here. I've got some Chipotle in adobo sauce. I've gone ahead and crushed it a bit. And let's go over some of the seasoning here. I got some W sauce, this is a secret weapon. I've seen people use it. I've never used it myself, but let's see how it goes. A little bit of cocoa powder. And let's go over the seasoning here. This is my very own chili seasoning. It's a mixture of salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, cumin, chili powder, cayenne pepper. Okay? And my other secret weapon right here is Szechuan peppers. I've gone ahead and roasted the whole kernels and grounded them up. This will add a nice numbing effect that will go super well with spice. So it's the first time I'm using this as well, so I hope it turns out good. So like I said earlier folks, this is my first chili cook-off, and I've gathered ingredients that I know will go good with chili, and I'm hoping for the best, but I know it's going to taste absolutely delicious. So let's go ahead and get started on the cooking. First things first, I'm going to take this ground pork here and render some of the fat. I don't want my chili to be too fatty here. Alright, so we got some color on it. A lot of the fat's starting to render off. See all that grease down there? So now we're going to just scoop this out, turn off the heat here, and scoop it out and put it in a plate here that I got some paper towels down, absorb some of the fat. Alright, so I've now changed over to my cast iron here, and I'm going to pour in some of that fat and the drippings from that pork belly. Once that starts to get a little hot, I'm going to add in and cook up my lean beef here. It's about 1.5 pounds of ground beef. There we go. And go ahead and brown up your beef. Alright, we're starting to see some color on the meat, so add in your garlic, your onions, and your peppers. A good stir. Like Kevin from The Office says, everyone's going to get to know each other in the pot. And go ahead, add in the pork bellies from earlier. Look at them jiggle. Ooh yeah. Toss in your seasoning. And don't forget your chipotle. And give it a nice stir. Oh, almost forgot a little bit of the Szechuan peppercorns. For now, we might add some more at the end here. Nice and colorful so far. Okay, go ahead, add in your diced tomatoes with roasted onions and garlic, and some tomato paste as well. Use up the whole can here. And a couple dashes of W sauce. And at this point, I'm going to be adding in the cocoa powder. Just 1 teaspoon for now. I might add a little bit more. I got to taste test this. Okay, and go ahead and stir all that in. This looks good enough to eat already, to be honest. Now I'm going to add in some beef broth here. It's about 1 3/4 cups worth of beef broth. And go ahead and stir that in. We're going to get a lot more liquid from the veggies and from the meats as well in a bit here. But we're going to let that simmer down a bit. And don't forget, we're adding beans to this later on as well. But first, I'm going to let this simmer down a bit. I'm going to go ahead and place the lid on just like this, and I have it on the lowest temperature setting that I can on this stove, and let it simmer for a good 2 hours. Alright, so it's been about an hour. We had it simmering a good long while, and I've actually given it a taste test, and oh boy, does it taste amazing. The Szechuan pepper does do its work of numbing, so I could have toned that down just a bit, but hey, it tastes absolutely delicious. Okay, at this point we're going to go ahead and add our beans, our black beans and dark red kidney beans. And I didn't show this in the ingredient portion, but I'm adding tomato sauce to it because I think I'm losing some liquid here, and I want to add some more tomatoiness to the chili. So just 1 can of tomato sauce. And with all this new stuff added, I'm going to add in a little bit more seasoning. It's the same as before, but instead of cayenne pepper, I'm adding just chili flakes. Don't want it to be too spicy, so. And go ahead and stir that up. And I'm going to add another splash of that W sauce and another teaspoon of cocoa powder. And go ahead and give that a mix. Alright, and lastly, a little bit more of that beef stock. Probably just 1/2 cup or so. Just want to make sure that my chili doesn't dry out, so we got good consistency going here, and now I'm going to just let it simmer for another hour or 2. Okie dokie, I've been letting that simmer for another 2 hours or so. Looking good. Now I gotta save this for the actual cook-off, so I'm gonna take a small portion for a taste test. Okay, so before we eat, got a little bit more of that Szechuan peppercorn that's been crushed. I'm gonna add a tiny sprinkle of that, maybe just a touch more. There we go. I like that citrusy smell to it. I know some people put limes or squeeze some lemon into their chilies, but I think this would go super well with chili. Alright, so let's give it a good taste test. You know, the cook-off is tomorrow, so I'm going to let it rest for tonight and warm it back up in the morning and take it over. So here goes nothing. Itadakimasu. My goodness. The pork belly just melts in your mouth. It's super meaty. The ground beef does a good job as well, nice and lean. The spices though, oh yeah. This is not your ordinary chili. This is not something that your grandma would take to a chili contest, but it is super good. I could feel my lips tingling from the Szechuan peppercorn. It is super good. It goes well with spice. Just like how in Szechuan cuisine, there's a lot of chili peppers used, and you add that Szechuan peppercorn in there, numbs the mouth, and the heat from the chili peppers does a number on you. It's really good. Man, I gotta be careful. There's not gonna be enough chili for the cook-off tomorrow. I'm gonna end up eating all this. Who would have thought that pork belly and Szechuan peppercorn would actually go well with chili? It is super amazing. So if you're looking for a new chili recipe for this winter, go ahead, try this out. You will be amazed with how good it is. If you liked today's video, folks, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you again at the canteen real soon.